All right, now we're going to try to carry on in the same vein. We just did the video about vowel. Now we're going to do eval. Everybody's complaining about eval, vowel. So we're going to really work with them and see if we can play with them a little bit and get free, for Pete's sake, right? So all you have to do now is apply some of the same rules we did before. If I go, remember I did all the vowels behind me? I did a, e, I, o, u. Now that may not be the way you say E. It could be that way you speak normally and say E is E or E or E. You don't know. We don't know what you do, but the one you want is the one that's throatless for singing. So I'm doing these I call them instigators, these kind of vocalises that you do ba 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 b b b b b, and the E is no different from any other vowel we sing. All the vowels are supposed to be phonated down there in the back of your neck someplace where we don't use any action. No action in the throat. No muscles. No nothing. I go, those of you who have no breathing method and don't know what you're doing, or pull your tongue back when you sing, are going to have trouble. You breathe way down in your lower back, pull your stomach in, pull your navel in, and take a breath way down in your lower back and go, and then go, and say those vowels behind that. Wie weiß es Lehre dieser Knaben, sei wie mir ins Herz gegraben. Right? There should be no problem with any of this. Ba 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 bee 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 boo 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 bee 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 ba 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 ba. But they're absolutely based on this deep breathing in my lower back, and something happens up here anytime I sing anything. If I breathe first way down there, I go. Then I got ba ba ba. So the ba makes me attach right there. It's like going. Ooh, ah, it attaches on my diaphragm. So if I go, ooh, ah, ooh, ee, how are you today? How are you today? How are you today? I'm gonna see you tomorrow. See, it doesn't matter what vowel I sing from now on because I'm not using my throat except to let it sort of shape inside to make the vowels. Went to the throat doctor, went through all the vowels. I said, what am I doing in my throat? And he said, nothing. You're not doing anything in your throat because we feel, literally, we try to sing with the invisible throat. If I do one of these like this, right, like this, I did it on the other video. If I do this, how are you today? I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you. In other words, that particular exercise tenses the back of my neck and causes the front of my neck, as an opposite equal reaction, to let go completely. My throat gets completely soft. And I say, see? So we don't have to fear E and oo. All we have to do is get free in the throat, and we do that by breathing. You pull in your abdomen and you breathe like crazy down low in your back. You go, that's the Muller maneuver. You go, you can do, that's the snore. All of these cause the throat to let go, and some of the greatest singers in history have used these for their warm-up. You'd hear them backstage at the Metropolitan Opera when I was in the Metropolitan Opera School back in, 61, 62, 63, 1963. 62. In other words, the great singers were back there doing things. So you hear ba 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 ba. You see Berlin, St. Camille off. You'd hear. It's called the Muller maneuver. You'd hear Franco Corelli and Jerome Hayes doing that all the time. Your Tabati going. She used a happy surprise. Maybe Leonard Warren doing the pre-sneeze. But all of these exercises people used I've got them all listed. This page has a bunch of them on it, and I tried to put together so I wouldn't leave any of them out. But anything you do that does not involve the throat and leaves the throat free, you're okay. The resonance goes up here, and the breath is working way down in the lower ribs and the back. Pavarotti said, for instance, he leaned his breath on his navel. So if I go, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, now let's do E on my navel. Ooh, E, I'm gonna go downtown, I'll see you later. See? You should be able to lean your breath just about any place that you like. If I do the happy surprise, I'll see you later. If I put it right here, I'll see you later. The point is that the vowels are formed like within the resulting relaxation of the throat that is caused by breathing deeply and then leaning the breath someplace and using a breath stop. That one's on the sternum. That one's right. So if you use the chakra, let's say you do yoga and you have the circle of the chakras. Ooh, ah, ee, ooh, ah, ee, ooh, ah, ee, ooh, ah, ee, ooh, eh, ooh, ee. See? So now I get so you can understand all of my words. I'm going to go downtown and get something to eat, and I'll be back later. I hope I'll see my friend downtown. The point is you're just speaking normally, phonating the vowels normally, and you don't have to do anything except maintain breath and attachment, right? When you take the breath and go, ah, that was called... it would call it il attacchimento del fiato, the attachment of the breath, right? So we have all of these little things. We have lip clamp, but I'm saying E inside. E, e, e. I'll see you later. See, I mean, if I can get it to stay here, I don't have to worry about anything. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I want to be free. It doesn't matter what the words are. I'm pronouncing them as if I'm pronouncing them here on my sternum, at the bottom of my sternum, right there. Some singers sob a lot. All these oohs are sitting in the same place as everything else, which is where I'm making my attachment of my breath to my diaphragm. Right? All right, let's do the hung line. Hung, ah. See how I went over this spot? Remember, I talked about it in the other tape. It's nasal. Hung, I sure don't want to make that sound. So I go over this line and go, hung, and you keep yourself above any kind of nasality. You never ever let anything get into the nasal cavity, and you don't do this. Some singers are taught to modify with the mouth. What about E? Say a different word. Die Tür, the door in German. But what if I don't want to say the door? What if I want to sing an E vowel? To mir. If you say to mir, it's not German. What language are you singing then? See? So if we did the tongue trill. All I do is say the vowel behind the tongue. Or I do this, and I pull like crazy, and this tenses the back of my neck, but it makes the front of my neck let go. La, e, o, e, a, e. Pull pulling my head back, pulling my hands forward, and it makes the muscles in the back of my neck tense. And when they do, the front lets go. I would rather have the throat and the back of the neck and everything else completely loose and free, but sometimes some of these things help some people that have trouble getting free. Now, what about the miniature cough? Ah, ee, ooh, oh, how are you today? I'm fine. I'm going to go downtown and you can understand me. Do you understand me? I see you're going downtown. Will you see me downtown? See? The idea is, I feel like I'm pronouncing my words down here. Because even though you phonate vowels and then you don't feel anything in your throat when you do that. So it's absolutely, I always quote Ava Turner, who said the throat it feels like it's invisible. There's nothing there. She feels like you feel like you pass your hand through it. There's nothing there. Because I'm not working here. I'm working up here. Those of you that watch the tape about making action and then getting reaction, I go, hello, hello, I do. Yum, 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 yum. I'm getting a reaction down here. Yum, 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 yum. I have a dead space here. See, I'm not doing anything in my throat at all. So the whole idea is the first rule of the bel canto school was no action in the throat. Any action was absolutely considered wrong, period. And number two is no change of emission. So I was taught the down bow, which is la. You don't go la 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 mobile. You go la 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 mobile. Guardi male bello da accendo. And you learn to sing legatissimo literally by down bowing or imaginary down bowing. But you can do E, and of course it sets your throat free, so you can do E or any exercise that you like. What about the hiccup? E, 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 E. Did you have too much to drink? Drink. Now you're going to go to sleep. Sleep, drink, sleep. See, the whole idea is by going, I'll give a little lemon called the breath stop right in the back of my neck. This is one of Joan Sutherland and Franco Cavalli, people like that, who sang back here. Joan Sutherland always talked about there was a hook back there. She could hook the voice back there. So if the truth is there are a number of ways to sing if you can maintain no activity in this area. And you do that by doing it somewhere else. You've got to have some activity to sing. So where do I do it? So I take a deep breath behind me. Let's say I sob. Ah, ah. Now there's the action right there. Got it? I go, oh, also. I can do anything I want to, really, or anything I have to. I don't always want to do it, but sometimes we do it. I did a little yum, 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 and when I say the yup, it connects right here. Yum, 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 ya, ya. Hear that? So I go, yim, 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 out of my nose. Where is it then? Must be resonating somewhere else. Up there. All right, now we've got, now we've got some goodies coming in. Okay, now, if I do a real serious activator type, down here, I go, halla, see what I'm doing? Halla, I'm making an H, then a double triple L right there, and that's the result. Therefore, I must accept the result. I can't get an E vowel that my ear is looking for because you might have the wrong concept in your ear. Or you may speak a language that requires the E to be pronounced differently. You've got to learn to pronounce it down here. See? I probably should look up a bunch of phrases that have E's in them or something, but I think I'm getting the point across here. So a lot of singers sobbed. One of the most famous singers in history was Beniamino Gigli, and he was the ultra sobber. He sobbed all the time. And a lot of people didn't like it, but the voice was so magnificent. His voice fabulous. So people said, all right, so we'll put up with it. Now let's do some loosening. Let's do the snoring. If I go... If you watch another tape I made, that's action up here and reaction down there. So I sing between in the dead zone where there's no action. Or, what if I snore and eat? See? Where's the E vowel then? It's still nothing going on in my throat. See? So don't worry about it, you know. Quando celebrevi standi, prima che per mio presagio interno, con l'alma corsa, ancora mi spingesse. You can just do anything you want to, just so you have breath down behind you and a lean on your diaphragm. Or what Lily Lehman called a breath stop. She used a valsalve maneuver, which is exhaling and then stopping it suddenly on the diaphragm. Now let's go. Let's try our loose cheeks. We go. Now do E that way. This is a simple way of removing any possibility of action up here. Therefore, you've got to go somewhere else. You must use action somewhere else. If you're not allowed to use it here, and it's not going to come out by itself, you've got to do something. So you do this sort of thing all the time. You become very sensitized to those actions that are happening down your breathing. And remember, we take a deep breath way down lower back and pull in our navel every time we take a breath. All day long. You practice. You go. Now, I'm going to puff my cheeks and go. And now I'm going to start singing whatever. What am I doing? Nothing. I took a deep breath. I did all my work before I sang. When I made the attack, it's attached right there, and that's where I stay. And then, of course, I can down bow. You can down bow all the time without jerking the bow up and down, right? Or without making it hesitant, right? All right, so we've got, I think we're getting in pretty good shape here. We're covering them pretty well. You have that whole series. I was talking about it the other day about I walk around backstage when I was in the Metropolitan Opera School back in 62, 63, 61 actually, I think I went in. But the idea is you walk in and hear all these great singers doing something. You'd hear Leonard Warren using what he called a pre-sneeze. No. Where is the action and where is the reaction and where is my phonation? Where is it? Eh? What am I doing when I do that? I always took a breath. I took a breath before I did it. I even used the pre-sneeze, which is a certain way of breathing. Right before you sneeze, you go, and you do breathe, right? Then I used to hear Trimble using the happy surprise. you do that? You think of all those activities, all those little activators that they used. Delmonica always sang here, for instance, huge voice. He'd sing like that. Where's E? Where is that? See, you could, if you take a breath really deeply down your lower back, you start getting all these possibilities. And you really can use them if you want to use them. They're all very, very handy because different music seems to sit in different places. You know, dies Mirlis ist bezauberschön, wie noch kein Auge je gesehen. Ich fühle es, wie das Götterbild mein Herz mit neuer Regung füllt. In other words, if I'm singing certain kind of music, I'll breathe one way. I'll take it back. I will breathe the same way every time, but I will phonate slightly differently. What happens if I do the hiccup? What if I do this one? What if I do this one? But I still can say whatever word I want to say. See? I hope you'll see me downtown when you go to eat dinner. Why shouldn't I be free enough to say any E or oo or anything that I want to say? Okay? All right, so I hope that'll give you a head start and you'll know what to do with it and how to do it. Remember, breathing is the key. Breathing is the secret. Breathing is, as Richard Tucker said to me, you see, the breath does nothing. I'm sorry. He said to me, he sang a big high B flat and he said, you see, the voice does nothing and the breath does everything. And he sang, he was a great snorer. He did it. But if you snore a long time, you'll fill up your lower back, then you'll fill up your ribs, your middle ribs will go out, and you'll fill up your upper ribs, and they will go sideways. So you go. So this practicing all this breathing all the time is what makes everything possible because it sets the throat free. So those of you who want to depress your larynx and do that with your larynx will make your tension. If you want your larynx to move down and remain free, the only way to get your larynx down is by deep breathing. If I go, especially if I use resistant methods like the Miller maneuver, see how my larynx goes down? If I do the snore, I get, because everything is pulling way down inside my back, way down low, and it's pulling my entire throat down like this. And that's what they used to call the open throat. The open throat used to be vertical. La, where is it? See? All right, I hope that helps. And you can always write me and let me know. Whatever, I'll try to answer if I can. See ya. Bye.